Igniting Community, a safe space to learn, share, and grow. Don't forget to like and subscribe below.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Ignite in Community YouTube channel. My name is Codi Chen. I am the CEO and co-creator of Heartworks Writing, where we take care of all of your business, personal, nonprofit writing needs. That includes copywriting, editing, ghostwriting, content and book coaching, anything that you have questions about. We would love to hear from you. You can DM me on my social at Codi Elizabeth on Instagram, or you can check out our website at www.heartworksw.com. So today we are talking all about immersing yourself in writing, and then when it comes to writing rituals, getting prepared to write this kind of the pre-game before you sit down at your computer or at your typewriter or with your pad of paper to do your writing. We're actually sticking with the overall theme of the Ignite in Community YouTube channel for January, which is the power of intention. So we want to be really intentional when we create our space and getting prepared to do our creative writing. So the first tip I have is find a day or time of day that is most comfortable, where you feel most energized and most creative. So for me, that ends up normally being between 8 a.m. and 12 p.m. I know that between those times, you're going to get me at my best, right? So I often reserve that time for my writing because I deserve my best and my clients deserve my best. So I would encourage you to find a time that works really well for you. Also, something I do to enhance my senses when I'm doing all of this creative writing, I like to light an incense or a candle. This signifies to my brain, my nervous system, everything that I'm about to start writing. It's just a simple cue for myself, and it's almost unconscious until I really break it down and think about it, that this helps me get prepared. My body's like, oh, I know what we're doing. This is what we're going to do. So if you can find something like that, that's awesome. So for me, it's lighting an incense or a candle. The next thing that you can do is clean your area. If clutter really stresses you out and bothers you, then clean your desk. Make sure that you have an area that you're going to be most productive, and you're not going to be sitting there and fretting about, the disorganized piles of paper on your desk. Put them away in a drawer so you don't have to look at it or think about it if you don't want to spend a ton of time cleaning, depending on how big your mess is. Another thing I would suggest is always have your coffee, your drink, if you like a cocktail, if you're doing it in the evening and you feel really inspired, a snack. That way, when you get thirsty, you don't have far to go in order to look for your water, or if you prefer another beverage like a Coke, that way you have some variety. Make sure that it's sitting at your desk and it's easily available, so you don't have to stop everything you're doing to run to the kitchen and fix what you're really craving. The next thing is music. So do you work better in a silent environment, instrumental music, some really pump up jams that you really like to listen to, whatever is going to get you in a flow? I know for me personally, when I'm doing creative writing, I like to listen to instrumental music, specifically the Spanish acoustic guitar. I don't know why, but it gets me in a really good mood. I'm not tempted to sing along with any lyrics or anything. So think about how music affects your creative process. A next thing that I would suggest is coming up with a word count goal. I talked about this in episode 2 when we're talking about writing your book of immersing yourself in writing, and you can go check that out. But a really good way of reaching goals is doing it by word count. And if that doesn't feel right to you, then set a timer. So you know that it's not necessarily I'm going to write 1,000 words today. It's I'm going to get whatever I can done in an hour, whether that is 50 words or 5,000 words, whatever. That way you have a goal that you can work towards, and you know that you're not going to stop until you're finished with that. Before you start, it's a really good time to ground yourself say a prayer over your writing, do a little meditation, something to get you fully in this experience, whether it's just taking a breath, putting your feet on the ground and just saying whatever words need to come out that need to be heard by anyone else, please let them come out in the most graceful way possible. Something like that, just being very intentional about your sacred work. I would also figure out, do you work better with the door shut or when you're around a bunch of people? So for me, I can do either one. I really enjoy being by myself. I feel very productive that way, but I can also go to a coffee shop, which I really love to do, plug in some headphones so I'm not distracted by conversations around me, and then I can be productive either way. But I set myself up for success depending on pretty much how I'm feeling that day. So play around with that and what works best for you. Also, where in your house or your apartment or whatever space you're occupying at the moment, where do you write best? Where do you feel best? So for me, I really love sitting in front of an open window. I don't have a lot going on outside of the window at all, but I like the sunshine. I like to see people come and go sometimes. So for me, that's where I like it. Some people, I know they do best in front of a blank wall and no stimulation in front of them. So see what feels good to you and what's going to work best for your creative flow, something that won't interrupt it. I would also, when you're winding down your writing process, a tip that I heard that I find very interesting, and it might be a little bit difficult at first, but I think it's a really good practice, is stop mid-sentence. You already have the thought pretty much composed in your mind, but when you're winding down and you're about to stop for the day, either your hour is up or you're about to reach your word count goal, write a sentence and stop mid-sentence. That way, when you pick up the next day, you're not lost and fumbling as exactly like, what am I supposed to be putting here? What should I do? Now I got to come up with all the stuff. I was golden yesterday and now I'm not sure what to put next. This is a really good way for you to be able to pick up on this same train of thought and continue on with your story. It helps you get in that flow a little bit more. The next one is approach your deadline in order to stay consistent, like a publisher is waiting for you. You have a deadline from a publisher, let's say in 1 week, and you have to get whatever you're working on done in 1 week or 1 month or 3 months. And you're going to work like, even if no one is expecting this from you, you're going to work like someone is expecting this from you. That way it makes you work more consistently, because a lot of times we'll fall off when it starts to get hard. And then also write as if you've already written a best-selling novel. A lot of times our confidence can get in the way. We have this imposter syndrome, we get writer's block, all these things can pop up. But write as if you're already a best-selling author. You've already done this. This is not news to you. This is not new to you. This is old news, and you know exactly what you're doing. Even if you don't, that confidence will, make you sit up a little bit straighter, make you type a little bit more, and feel better about what you're writing. Finally, if you feel yourself getting stuck, which we're going to touch on more later as to how to address writer's block and in more episodes, but this one, if you feel yourself getting stuck, or if you are having a hard time coming down from the high of writing for, the past hour or two, go for a walk, clear your head. Or if you're about to start and you've got a lot of family things going on or a lot of work things going on, go for a walk. I promise it really changes a lot of things, just the air, the movement, not focusing specifically on whatever is circulating in your mind. This is going to be a really good way to clear yourself, and then you can sit down, set an intention for your writing, and go. Finally, I would suggest wearing very comfortable clothes. Some people feel like maybe they're a little more productive when they are in business wear, and I would encourage you to see what works for you and your own personal creativity in writing. For me, the comfier I am, the more I want to sit there and really dive into everything we're doing. So those are my tips on how to be more intentional with your writing and different writing rituals for you to get an idea. I would really love to hear what you do in order to get yourself in that really good creative space. It would be awesome if you could give this video a like. It would mean the world to me. And then also if you could subscribe to this channel. We have some amazing human beings on a whole range of topics, and I'm super here for it. I love watching them every single day, and I hope you enjoy watching the immersing yourself in writing episodes. So thank you so much, and we will talk soon.